Okay, so just to touch on today on our new home sales training techniques and tactics, we're going to talk about when you need more clients. We call this prospecting. And how do we do this? So, step one way we can do it is the sphere of influence. There's two formats that you can work through in your sphere of influence. Those are active and passive. You could say it this way: direct or indirect. So, what would be an active or direct way of talking to your sphere of influence? I can
Um,
promise you right now, somebody you know is looking for a home right now.
yeah. I can like get out, actually go to places, go to talk to people I know, um, get get them to do reviews, tell them what we have new going on, especially like going to like real estate offices or things like that. So
Yep. And I'm kind of like sphere of influence is going to include real estate agents, of course, for you because you have been prospecting real estate agents. I'd kind of subcategorize that into its own thing. So
okay.
let's just talk about people you know who don't have a license for a minute. How do you actively or directly tap into your sphere of influence?
Well, my thing is like when I'm out and about, people are like, "Hey, how's the like how's the job going?" I could you don't just go, "Oh, it's good." You like tell them like, "Oh, it's great. This month we have this going on," and like actually tell them, talk about your incentives, talk about maybe tell them a success story of like, "Oh yeah, I got this lady, she loves her house. She just lost her husband, and now she wanted to move out, get her own place."
Yeah.
Storytelling,
Yep,
like
absolutely.
you like to.
Yeah, and I would say so I always keep my antenna up when I'm in public for, do I hear somebody talking about moving or houses or looking at houses? And then I'll literally talk to a stranger and be like, hey, I heard you guys talking about houses. By the way, I'm Ty. Nice to meet you. Did you know that and I would just go for it, like very direct. But you can go where people are that you know, like if there's certain places, kind of a lot of your people are going to be, you can go there. But you can also call them direct. You can email them direct. You can text them direct, right? And the limit on what you can pay somebody for a referral fee in most places is $500. So you could pay them a referral fee and just you could reach out to everybody you know and just go, hey, by the way, you probably know that I'm doing this for a living. But I just wanted to reach out to you directly and say, I would love to pay you some money to refer people to me. And do you know anybody who's looking at moving? They don't have to necessarily be looking for a new home, but just anybody looking to change residences. Do you know anybody? Because I'd love to pay you 500 bucks, you know, $499.99 for referring them. You do need to check what your local limit is because
Yeah.
otherwise you can't pay somebody with that doesn't have a license beyond a certain dollar amount. Um, so I would reach out directly and I would call people. And when you're doing this, Ty, obviously think of highest and best use. It's like,
Yeah.
the grandma who never leaves her house and never does anything and has no social life, like you probably don't need to ask her. But the
Yeah.
person who's like kind of a gregarious personality like Jordan, who won't stop talking over here, he's on the phone all the time with his network, he calls it. He's like his people. But like there's the people who are very gregarious, very outgoing, they know a lot of people, or they're a business owner or whatever. Like there's somebody who knows a lot of people. That's the people I would most go after. But if we've got downtime with nobody walking in, why not spend some time doing that? And if it's faster for you, create a nice text that's easy to copy and paste, just like going after Google reviews. And you got to know them a little bit to do it that way. I think a
Yep.
warmer way to do it is to call them, right?
Yep.
Because I'm going to take you back to before I got into new home sales. Okay, let me tell you a quick story. Ren and Sue Snyder. This is a true story. Let me see if I can look them up, just so you know I'm not lying to you. Ren, I don't even know if they're
Ren
still
and
alive.
Stimpy.
Yeah.
That's what they're.
Sue Snyder Realtors. Oh my gosh, there he is, Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's the man. He's still alive. Wow, what do you know? Um, so Ren and Sue Snyder were very, very successful in real estate when I was a very young man. And I was thinking about getting into real estate somehow. And they were literally, this was back a long, like 30 years ago, they were making a couple million a year in real estate. Like they were very successful. Um, they had a huge team and everything back then. So super nice people. So I called them up because they were family friends. I called them up and I said, Ren, Sue, would you guys be willing to take a few minutes and meet up with me and tell me about, I'm thinking about getting into real estate and give me you know, your thoughts on it. And so we did, we got together. And the one takeaway I took from that meeting was this was what they said to me. Aaron, when everyone who knows you as the real estate guy, that's when you'll be wealthy. I was like, hmm. He's like, literally, when everybody who thinks of you as that real estate guy, that's when you'll be very successful. And he's like, don't keep it a secret. And I was like, wow, that's really good advice. So that speaks to sphere of influence, right? Like if I want to be a great new home salesperson, I want to be, a highly effective new home salesperson. When everybody who knows me as the new home guy, that's when I'll be very successful. And my guess is not everybody knows that yet. I think a lot of people do, but not everybody who knows you knows that. Um, so sphere of influence is people I already know, right? So I can go after them, I can talk to them, I can text them, I can call them on the phone, catch up with them, whatever. But I would keep those phone calls short because it's like there's a purpose behind it, and you don't want to get into 3 hours of the old days, the good old days in high school or whatever. You don't want to get into the telling stories for an hour and a half with them. You have to make a call with a purpose. And when you complete the purpose, you need to move on to the next call. So, but I would, because remember you're at work, right? Like,
Yep.
so that's the purpose. But I would talk to them about that referral. And then there's passive ways you can do this. So you bump into them in public is one thing, right? I bumped
Yep.
into somebody out in public. Um, Social media to me, unpaid social media is a passive way, right? It's like putting it out there. I think you do a really good job of this, by the way. So, as a new home salesperson, like new home sales technique is definitely to go in a passive way, link with your sphere of influence who are friends with you on Facebook. If you are not already doing this on your social media, you should go in and, everybody can go into Facebook. Let me go do it right now. I'm going to go into Facebook. I'm gonna go into your Facebook on your phone real quick. And do you have has Facebook notified you about people who would like to be your friend?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've got
Well, well,
Andralid
is it?
Bolivar Riviera wants to be my friend right now. I don't know who this person is, but Facebook thinks we should be friends. We have 92 mutual friends. I don't know who this person is. I have no
I have
idea.
the people you may know going on.
Yeah. But right now, just the people who have sent me a request. Wow, bunch of them. Let me see how many have sent me a request. 201 people have sent me a request. Jordan, 201. I'm a hot commodity right now, Jordan. Jordan,
I
if you
just
could see
I cleared
me
my
on a
miles actually.
chart,
Mine's
if you could
zero.
see my popularity on a chart, Jordan, it is going vertical right now. It's vertical ascent. Brent Van Norman, I have 129 mutual friends. Wow. A lot of people, Jordan. I'm hot. I'm a hot commodity right now, Jordan. If I was a stock, you would want to buy me, Jordan.